Life in Pattaya can be quite a splendid affair. But what happens if it all comes to an end? When the money's gone? When the party is over? What would life look like then? What could you eat? Where could you live? How would you survive? Hey folks, and as you saw from the overly dramatic trailer I just showed, we are in Pattaya today. But we're going to talk about a little bit of a dismal subject, and I wanted to have a little bit of fun with it. But let's just say, for example, if there was an economic slowdown, maybe you were working here and the jobs evaporated, and suddenly you had to get by on a third of what you were used to, or something thereabouts. It could be anything, could be any type of scenario, but I thought it would be a good exercise to piece together a budget and a strategy to maybe deal with a situation like that temporarily if you had to survive on less money for a little bit of time. Fortunately, I'm not in that position, but there may be somebody that is, and I thought, it just might be interesting to take a look at what something like that might entail and what it might look like. So I came here and we'll put together a budget. We'll flip back and forth between a little notepad budget that I put together, and we'll go through what it would take. So let's just jump into it.
So I'll say from the start, this is not a cost of living video. I don't consider it living. It's pure survival. It's what happens when things go pear-shaped. So what are we talking about here? It's maybe you came 2, 3, 4, a year ago, who knows? Maybe you had some savings, maybe you had some income that was going to be starting, a passive income. Maybe the income's been lost, maybe a settlement you were expecting didn't come through, or it's been delayed. There's a million things. Maybe none of that's true, and just you had a huge outlay of cash for some reason or other. All of those things, there's a million excuses why things could go pear-shaped. And you might have to cut back, even if just temporarily. Assuming that you have enough to maintain a visa here. Maybe it's just your income, maybe you just have to tighten your belt. But either way, you might have to go from, say, $1,500 a month down to $500 a month, or thereabouts. So what would that look like, and how could you do it? There's too many ways that could necessitate itself to be worth talking about. There's many, many, many ways, a million possibilities. But believe me, it happens. It happens.
So let's start a little budget here on this notepad, and we'll go through first what I would call just a couple annual expenses, just assuming that you had to. So for one, the insurance. I've showed this before. If you need health insurance, let's say you're around 60 or a little under, 6,000 baht a year would be the minimum if you're required to maintain health insurance for your visa. Not every visa has that. It's really only one. A visa fee that goes along with that is 2,000 baht. We'll add those together. That's 8,000. Divide it by 12, and it's 667 baht. We'll carry that down to monthly expenses, and that'll start our monthly budget.
So I guess the first thing we'll need is some more, let's just say, modestly priced digs. We need a roof over our head, so let's go look at that.
So yeah, we're not going to be in a condo by the beach. We're going to be in a small apartment in an old building, and maybe it's a little overly dramatic, but we need to be in the right location. To save money, you can't be way out somewhere where you need transportation and where everything's far away. You've got to be right in the center of town. So we're right here, right off Soy Bacau. This apartment I'm going to show you is not for rent. It's a friend of a friend that lives here. I had to pull some strings to be able to film it. But it is an actual unit, and it's just an example. It's a small room. You can see it doesn't look very well maintained. It looks a little dingy, could use a paint job. But rooms like this that are right in the middle of town in great locations, they can rent them all day long just like this. They don't have to fix them up. There's a demand for these. You may even have trouble finding one. There's a lot of people that want to live right here on Soy Buakhao, walk to work, and not have to worry about transportation. They have everything at their fingertips. You see the bathroom there, no frills, definitely no frills. But the party piece is you have a balcony, and that's why this is actually a sought-after unit in this price point. For 3,000 baht a month, you do have a balcony, which is going to give you a lot more options. There's even some cooking that's done out here, as you can see there. But between having a balcony, being right in the center of town, location, price point, 3,000 baht a month, you're looking at about 500 for electric and maybe about 200 for water. There's no air conditioning in here. You can find rooms at the same price, but a lot of times they don't have a balcony. A lot of times they're not on a bus route. A lot of times they don't have a main boulevard where there's all the stores, the shopping, all the stuff you need. So that's a factor here. I think this is a prime location, and it fits the bill for survival. All right, then, so let's update our budget. We'll put the rent in there for 3,000 baht a month. We'll throw in 500 for electric and 200 for water. They're just estimates, but that would be very, very close what you could expect. Okay, so we've got the annual stuff. We've got a room. You got a roof over your head, but you haven't eaten yet. So we got to go out and find some food. See how cheap we can get that. So there's an old expression that says the early bird gets the worm. Well, I think here it translates to the person who goes out food shopping early saves the most money. What you're looking for are these mobile carts that sell these bags of food. There's no cheaper way to get food here. They have no overhead. They just have their cart, they park it, sell for a couple hours, then they're on their way.
ข้าว5 บาท30 บาทนะเอ็มแล้วนะกิน1 วันกิน2 60 บาทกิน1 วันดูได้โตได้
So that cart had a really nice selection of food, 25 baht a bag plus 5 baht for your rice, 30 baht total. This one has a nice selection of food as well for only 20 baht.
20 บาทค่ะอันนี้ก็20 บาทค่ะ20 บาททุกอย่าง20 บาทเลยจะอยากกินอะไรบ้าง
So there you go, 20 baht. Nice bag of rice noodles, vegetables, curry sauce, about 65 cents. You got to come out early in the morning. If you want to eat like the locals, that's when they're out on their way to work, getting their food for the day. And you can be right there. They're happy to sell to you as well. But to save the most amount on food, you should go out early in the morning and look for these little motorcycle carts. They got little umbrellas on them. But that's not the only thing you'll eat. We also need some fruit.
Yeah, this fruit market's where you want to come. You're going to get the least expensive fruit here. I did a video almost a year ago. I got 5 pounds of fruit, assorted fruit, just mixed up for like 100 baht. So for that reason, I allotted 100 baht per week for fruit, fresh fruit. Give you some vitamins, some fiber. Make sure you don't get scurvy. Great part of the diet, and cheap, can be cheap. Take the Baht bus down to Pryor Road, get off at 10%, walk up 5 minutes, and you're here. So that's that. So even something as simple as drinking water, you're not going to be running to the 7-Eleven every time you need that. You're going to go to this machine over here, and for a baht, you'll get your bottle of water. You get the bigger bottles. Buy one big bottle, 5-6 liters. Fill that up at the machine every other day. You're good to go. 5 baht every other day for water. Do it. Don't need to be wasting 30 baht in those washing machines, or 40 baht for a big one. Just use these tubs of water. Put the detergent in, the bleach, the softener, whatever. Let them soak. Wring them out by hand. And then hang them out on your balcony. That's just the way people do it. No need for washers, dryers. Save yourself a lot of money. In effect, I think you could probably do laundry for 100 baht a month. Just with the soaps, a little bit of water, and your own labor. Plus it'll give you something to do. So even though you're going to patronize the carts, the water machines, you're still going to have to go to the fancy stores once in a while. So let's go to one of the fancy stores right now, just a minute away, a couple minutes away, and buy some things that everybody needs. Personal care items, household goods. And we'll look at that budget.
So here we are at the Lotus Express. It's right in the middle of Silly Bacau, and you can see yellow signs there generally means something's on sale or special. And you're going to need things like this, just toiletries, personal care products, toothpaste. There's one on sale there for 30 baht. There's really no penalty in buying here or going to the Great Big Lotus. This one's close, and you're probably going to get the same prices. So everything you need, pretty much, will be here. Fabric softener, they got laundry soap, just about anything you would need for the house, household type goods, cleaners, disinfectants, soaps, all that kind of stuff. So I put in a budget of 500 baht for household goods and 500 baht a month for personal care items. There's some laundry. 47 baht, about $1.50 for a big bag of soap. That'll last you a month. There's those big bottles of water. 40 baht for one of those, or you can fill one up, like I just showed you, for 5 baht. Now, I put a snack budget in too. Just because you're low on funds doesn't mean you can't have a snack. 10 baht a day for a snack. Just you're going to need something. So you got the fruit, you've got your street food from the carts, and you got some snacks. So, but I'll go over. There's more budget for that, for food and things like that, but that'll get it started. And yeah, you'll want to bring a shopping bag to walk your stuff back home, because they don't give you plastic bags at these stores anymore.
Transportation's important. 2 trips a day on the Baht bus, say, on average. Maybe some days you don't use it at all. 10 baht a trip, 20 baht a day, 600 baht a month. That's your transportation budget. You don't need a scooter, a motorbike, a car, gas, insurance. You don't need any of that. If you live in the right place, which, as you can see, we did. There's everything you need there.
So let's go back and update our budget. We'll put our drinking water in there, 100 baht a month, laundry, 100 baht a month, transportation, 600 a month, food, 3,000 a month. Even though I showed you where you could eat for 60 baht a day, I allowed 100 baht a day. There's the household products and the personal care products for 500 each, and 400 for fruit. That ought to give you something to eat, and 300 for snacks, 10 baht a day.
What kind of recreation, entertainment you have? There is a budget for that, but you're kind of looking at it. Probably walk down here in 10 minutes. Great place to hang out, relax. I mean, there's people that travel halfway around the world just to come to this beach, or beaches like it. This beach historically isn't that great of a beach. The water's not that clean, but right now, the beach is beautiful. It's big, it's wide. The water's a lot cleaner than it used to be. Still not crystalline. But I don't know if this dog's going to find a bone or buried treasure or what. But there's some recreation, some entertainment on the cheap. You don't have a very big budget for that. But you got something. It's better than nothing.
So let's finish up our budget. I put $1,000 for medicine in there and some entertainment and some miscellaneous expenses. I didn't put anything for Wi-Fi or cell phone. I figure there's plenty of places right around Soy Bacow that have, free Wi-Fi that you could maybe get the codes and use, or you might need to use some of your miscellaneous or entertainment budget on that. But there it is, came out to $490. So there you go, a budget under $500 for temporary if you had to. This isn't, here again, cost of living for permanent living under a budget like that. That's just what you could do if you had to for short term. And if you think you couldn't, I would just say you'd be surprised what you're capable of when you have to do something like that. So maybe knowing a little bit about what that could look like in the unlikely event it happens could be informative to some people. But I'm not in that boat, and I hope you never are. Just thought we would take a look at it. But I'm going to go ahead and leave this episode off here, and as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.